Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Avowed video. Well, we have a brand new update. Update 1.23. Well, these are the patch notes. You know what to do. There you go. Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. We're going to read over all of the patch notes, but I will leave a link down below. First off, let's start off with crashes and major issues, and some of these was definitely going to help out with the gameplay. First off, they resolved a crash related to game threading timing out, and the player will no longer crash after pressing escape upon climbing a ladder. The player will no longer crash when playing on PC with the Xbox account is signed in and internet connection is lost, and the player will no longer experience a rare crash related to rendering. Awesome. Next up, quest and area design. Yatso now correctly advances a path to the garden quest even if one last drink was completed before meeting Timurith and Yatso in Third Born. All players will now appear as intended in paradise near the end of the quest. Don Trader, pretty sure I'm slaughtering their name. But Shadows of the Past quest now progress correctly if the player enters Naku Kubi immediately after it becomes accessible. Sansi now correctly rewards the player when turning in the first map to him. With Preformed, map is now removed from the player's inventory when giving it to Sansi, and a quest available icon no longer presents on the map for a quest given in Shatter Scarp if they have been killed. A conversation with Yatso during the quest The Siege of Paradise will no longer drop earlier than intended, and also a dream conversation with Donshore no longer ends earlier than intended. They corrected some conditions that were preventing certain end slides from playing, and the quest marker for the quest Precious Light appears where intended if Abdagun was spoken before the quest starts, and Abindio in Emerald Star no longer reacts as if the Exurbs have been killed if they have been damaged by an elemental interaction. Some dream thralls outside of Naku Kubel will no longer drop dead out of nowhere. Some rips in the Deadfall Highlands in Scatter Shard will no longer follow the players outside of the intended area. Barrier collision is now correctly removed after the conversation in front of Naku Kubi in Scatter Sharp after fast traveling the party camp. The encounter for Beldaro's party now spawns more reliably, and the player can no longer skip talking to Derry after burning the nest as part of the quest Fires in the Mine. The player can no longer pick up 4 of the same great swords outside of Paradise, and the player can now give the illicit goods to Daikyu under certain conditions as part of the quest The Wasteland Courier. The player can now properly exit the conversation with Forge Master Dialect and Solstice Keep if they are unsure which weapon they want to upgrade, and the player can no longer lose parkour on the rocks to bypass part of the quest Boundaries of Iniquity. The Pyromancer and Donshore no longer clips in and out of the ground. The quest Message from Afar will complete properly if the player exited the Stone Guard in an unintended way, and there now is a proper quest marker for the quest Mapping the Living Lands, Galowan's Tusk. Now for systems and gameplay. They corrected the requirements for the achievement The Outer Worlds, Arcane Veil balance adjustments, damage reduction from 50 to 25, cooldown from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Elemental fixes. Characters are no longer affected by electrified water when standing above it, jumping over it, or standing or on an ice platform. Companion behaviors. Companion will now assist in combat more reliably, will no longer rarely disappear after skipping a cutscene. And for combat encounters with waves of enemies now spawn more reliably. Fixed rare cases where NPCs would teleport onto the map. Improved behavior for waterborne electrical damage. Melee weapons except one-handed swords now properly trigger camera shakes when hitting enemies. And newly spawned enemies during combat now detect the player correctly. For player movement and camera fixes, they fixed the issue where the steel Garrett Guard weapon would enlarge when taking damage before a conversation. The player camera no longer lurches when opening a small lockbox. The player will no longer levitate briefly after opening a sarcophagus, momentarily uncrouching when opening a small lockbox, and be unable to move after loading a save where Arcane Veil was active, or getting stuck aiming down sights after a cutscene. For audio improvement, they adjusted music mix volume based on the story movements and vistas in Emerald Star, Galawan Tusk, Scatter Sharp, and the Garden. And for sound fixes, Ardra's delay of motion ability now plays in audio effect upon enemy impact and barbaric shout now correctly plays the shout sound every time it is used. Next up, we have visual and art fixes. Camera framing adjustments before dispelling the barrier to Naku Kubel in conversation with gossiping Florian citizens in Emerald Star, and during the Siege of Paradise Quest in Nakuba Kube, and with Sensei in Third Form. All of these visual effects have been fixed. Improved fog appearance in the opening area of the garden, adjusted lighting near the Shrine of Kakin and Emerald Stair, and NPCs now correctly look at the player rather than at the camera during the debate with Gale Vardero and Cosili in Furiel Miss Viverno, and remove graphical artifacts from the Dream Scourge effect in the Emerald Stairs near Farmer's Market. Next up, we have user interface, UIs, and controls. They fix insufficient funds and strike through text incorrectly appearing in storage screens, and also cloud syncing. When saving fails, a more descriptive error message now appears. If save syncing fails after logging in, a dialog will now display listing the failed save syncs. For HUD and indicators, adjusted directional damage indicators to not display during the damage overtime effects. Fix the issue where damage numbers were previously failing to appear, and clarify text for cross-save pop-ups. Loot windows now correctly show the values for stacked coins, and controller and inventory fixes. Steam and Xbox icon now appear in the main menu to indicate the logged in account. Settings now correctly apply save controller layouts after restarting the game. Upon crafting the maximum amount of an item, focus now returns to that item recipe entry, and inventory values are now hidden for items that cannot be sold. And also miscellaneous corrections were made to the credits and tutorials in French no longer have images with English text. So boom, there you have it, my dude. The brand new update is here in Avowed. I know I have a ton of different videos coming out, so hopefully I've been helping you guys out. But as far as the update is concerned, a ton of fixes, my dude. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to. Hop in and see what changed. But for right now, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you are new to the channel, how you doing and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Right here at Karpo Gaming, upload a wide variety of videos. So once again, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one.